It's track review.
My needle drops. It's Monday, and I have a few things on the itinerary before we get into this very pertinent track review. Number one, I went to a Battle of the Bands yesterday where I was a judge. I was invited by YouTube user Caligula138. I hung out with him. What do you think of that? You're wrong, I'm right. Loser! And there were a lot of badass bands there and artists, including this one in Mutts. I voted for them. They won. I was so happy. Live, they were intense as hell. I've heard their demo. I got a hold of it. It was a little rough. Didn't like the recording as much as the live show, but the number sort of one prize of the little battle was 15 hours of recording time in a professional studio, so hopefully they pull together a fantastic recording that really complements their doomy as hell sound. On the agenda, Rocket Out Blog hit 20,000 subs and Jumble Junkie Music became a partner. Good job, guys! And there was a YouTube user down there in the D-Box by the name of 8 the Chosen One. I've been watching this guy for a long time. He does a lot of horror movie reviews, a really eccentric guy, wears a mask. He has come out with a rap album. He's been promoting it like hell, basically just passing it around for free all over the internet. Give it a listen. He's got a lot of personality, not exactly rapping about the song subjects I'm interested in, but still, he's a personality I like. Let's stop plugging and start track reviewing, because this is where we talk about the latest in rock, pop, electronic, and experimental music and whether or not it is good. And up on the chopping block today, new Fever Ray track, Mercy Street. It's a cover of a Peter Gabriel song, and many of you may remember that Fever Ray's self-titled LP was my favorite album of last year. More favorite than Sun, more favorite than Animal Collective, more favorite than the new Mono. Yes, Fever Ray was my shining star in 2009. So I'm kind of excited to hear that Fever Ray is, I think, going to be pumping out more music through solo work. Let's give a listen to this thing. Fever Ray, Mercy Street. Okay. This track, after listening to it multiple times, it is just not clicking with me like I've wanted it to. And I think it's for a few choice reasons. And of course that all has to do with the production, which is really all that I can talk about in this track since Fever Ray didn't really write the song. Fever Ray here, in terms of the sounds that she uses, the effects that she uses, it's kind of like a generic version of what is on her self-titled LP. Keep in mind, I didn't hear the original before I actually heard this song, and for some reason, as I was listening to it, I just pictured it in my head to be much more subtle, much more stripped down, even more understated. And I just wish that's how the Fever Ray version was. And then I said, well, let's listen to the Peter Gabriel version. And lo and behold, it was that stripped down, more minimal, more simplistic version that I was looking for. Of course, those eerie chorus vocals are there on this track throughout the whole song, which is part of what attracted me to Fever Ray initially. I mean, it's really one of the most distinctive elements of her song creating process, just the vocal effects that she uses. But I can't help but feel as if they're hurting the track this time around. Almost as if the song would have been a lot clearer or maybe a lot more interesting, more dynamic if she didn't use it, or if she sort of used it on and off in some places but not in others. And I don't know what the mixing process on this track was, but the song just doesn't feel as lush as previous efforts. Nothing sonically really stands out for me as being a great sound. From Peter Gabriel's perspective, I'm sure it's extremely flattering that Fever Ray went this far to cover one of his songs. From a fan perspective, I'm sure it's great that Fever Ray has said, hey, look, here is one of the artists that influences moi. But I just don't see myself coming back to this track. It just pales in comparison to the other stuff and just kind of takes the blueprint Fever Ray sound and just applies it to this Peter Gabriel song. As mean as this may sound, I'm feeling kind of indifferent on this track, believe it or not. It's really not making me rethink how I feel about Fever Ray's music, and production-wise, it's just a little dull for me. The only thing I really love about it is the songwriting, but of course I can't attribute that to Fever Ray. But what do you guys think about this track? Do you love it? Do you hate it? And why? Are you liking the production, as opposed to me? Fever Ray, Peter Gabriel, Mercy Street. Forever.